Top of the week, sir. How you doing?
Better than I deserve. Shout out to Dave, even though I've definitely left Dave's plan. Still shout out to
Still shout out. Well, it sounds like a graduation to me.
Yes.
That's what's up.
Dave, just so you guys know, Dave Ramsey, for everybody who does not know, financial guy, but still has good life advice for getting out of debt. But at a certain point, he advises like putting a lot of money into a 401k and just like buckets of mutual funds, which for a lot of people, like 90% maybe, that might be an okay option if like you don't want to bother yourself with like going to look at stocks and crypto and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like a lazy way to ensure that you have money for retirement. But if you like want to be more active, you can definitely outperform a mutual fund inside of a 401k. Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Dave for the sponsorship, man. That was awesome.
No, he does not. He would absolutely disagree with what I'm doing, but I don't care because I understand what I'm doing.
Yeah, man. Okay, so speaking of smart money, we have an article here talking about Ed Sheeran. Excuse me. Ed Sheeran is going to deploy blockchain tech to fight scalpers in France. He's returning for a concert in France soon. And in order to fight off some of the illegal ticketing that goes on, it looks like he's going to convert to digital ticketing. And yeah, if this works, which I don't see why it wouldn't, I could see this practice being adopted by many artists, many, tour organizations moving forward. What are your thoughts on this?
He's almost there. He's getting the right idea. The idea, just so you guys know, like I called out back in April, I'll tell you where this one's going. So the idea for this is that you have NFTs as your ticket for entry into a place.
Come on.
So when you can show your ownership of the NFT, that acts as your ticket to get into whatever, and then like let's say you sell that afterwards, that NFT.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran or whoever is the original owner of the NFT can set a percentage royalty for every time that is sold afterwards. So if you have like this collectible ticket that let me into this Ed Sheeran concert, and maybe it's like the first ticket for all of our indie artists out there, maybe you have like your first NFT that you let people in with, and then you start to grow, your career grows.
Yeah.
Your first NFT is now worth a lot more, right? So it's a collectible now as well as a ticket. It has a dual function. Also with that though, like let's say Ed has an NFT for this concert in France, but he decides that I'm going to reward the people who held the NFT, that first one. So he says for his concert next year in France, hey, whoever has the old NFT gets to have first purchasing rights or VIP or whatever. So all those people who sold it the year before to turn it and make a profit, like they maybe lost out on a great experience next year, and all those tickets go up in value. So like this is a whole new thing. It's a new game being introduced. So they've got the right idea. It's just they got to fine tune it a little bit. So I'm sure Ed's probably getting pitched with like a bunch of different people. Telling him, hey, go do this, that. If he somehow finds this video, he should definitely hop on Rally.
I'm saying, man, I was going to ask, is there people on his team that are just not communicating these ideas, you think, or is it just...
They know it. So artists that big are likely getting pitched by a lot of people. It's much easier to do the NFT marketplaces than it is to do the creator coins.
Gotcha.
All right. So the NFT marketplaces, like they're usually just auction based, and hey, I can show that I own this photo or this music file or whatever, and then you can just put that out in the auction.
Right.
Whenever you have to have an infrastructure for a system like Rally does, not everybody's just throwing up that website.
Right.
That's a lot harder to put together, but it's a lot better for like the long term and even short term. It's just like a better infrastructure than everything else. That's why I talk about it. So when you have that, and you combine like the NFTs with Ed Sheeran having his own digital economy, his own cryptocurrency, like it all just goes together so well.
Yeah.
So it could even be that Ed wants to take payments through his own currency, or he wants to say that whoever holds this amount gets access. Whoever holds this amount of Ed Sheeran coin gets access to my private Discord or private chats where I will announce things first to you, and you can get entry. So it can be both NFTs, private access through the coin, like all this stuff. They're starting to get that idea. Like even though they might not know about Rally yet or like how it all works together, like they're starting to be aware of like, oh, this is way better than what we've been doing. Like let's keep going in this direction. So as you are an indie artist, you just position yourself in the right places so that even if you can't sell as many tickets as Ed Sheeran, like if you're still on the platform early that Ed Sheeran should be on, you're spacing yourself out on Audius or Rally, and you're like in position for these places, then you get the benefit of all the extra attention that's coming in.
Yeah.
So they're thinking along the right lines, but they haven't hit the jackpot yet.
Yeah. You say about another year or two, you think it'll be a lot more artists on board with this?
I think a year as they get more people. Artists are definitely starting to get hip to NFTs, but the creator coin thing has more potential, as I've talked about in my mind. So the combining them both together has the most potential.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of artists, I do know that Rally has gotten like thousands and thousands at this point of applications, but their speed of delivery and launching the coins, they're doing a lot of testing with the initial groups, which is good. And they also are like trying to speed up the schedule because they know that being first to market is important. So I'll say a year, just because like it just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It just depends on how quickly they work. I know there's a couple other companies that are in the space too. It's just the infrastructure is not as good.
Right.
But yeah, I want to say about a year. It's like as more and more people start launching these coins, like everybody's gonna keep finding out about it. And then like it's only a matter of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It makes sense.